Hey, thanks so much for stopping in. Chef Billy Parisi here with Heinen's, and I'm so excited to make one of my all-time favorite dishes, risotto. Risotto is a classic Italian dish comprised of slow-cooked, creamy, short-grain rice that's finished off with butter and Parmesan cheese. It is so tasty, and it goes amazing with so many other vegetables and proteins. All right, here's the first thing we need to do. I like to use a wide, deep saucepan when making risotto. It makes it easy to move things around and cook evenly. Secondly, you always want to make sure your chicken stock is warm. So we're going to add some of Heinen's chicken stock to a medium-sized pot over low heat just to keep it warm. That's all you need. Not cold, not hot, just warm. Now, because this dish comes from northern Italy, they love using butter up there, and it's a perfect fat to start cooking up our vegetables. It is different than southern Italy, which prefers olive oil. All right, here's what we do. We are gonna add some cold unsalted butter right to our saucepan. We're gonna turn the heat to low medium. Once the butter is melted, this is when I like to add in my onion. You could use a yellow, a white, or a sweet onion. Mine is small to medium-sized diced. All we want to do is cook this until it's light brown. We're not looking for a full caramelization. We want a little bit of brown and make sure it's tender. At this stage, we're next going to add in some garlic. Now, garlic cooks incredibly quickly, and they always say, once it's fragrant, once you smell it, it's done. We're talking 45 seconds to 1 minute. That's it. And now for our rice. This is a short grain rice known as Arborio, incredibly classic to use in risotto. We're gonna add in 1.5 cups and stir it around. We wanna toast this for maybe 3 to 4 minutes. It will bring out so much more flavor. Be sure to occasionally stir it. And then, of course, deglazing with wine, very classic. I like to use Chardonnay. If you wanna keep it in Italy, maybe use a pinot grigio, totally fine. Just 1 cup, that's all we're gonna need. Add it right in there, and then immediately start stirring it. Once you notice the liquid has soaked in to the rice, that's when we start adding more liquid. This is going to apply for this next procedure and then the procedure after that. Let's go over to our chicken stock. We're gonna add in a ladle or 2 at a time while stirring it occasionally. You don't have to vigorously, crazily stir this. No, stir it, let it sit for 30 seconds, come back, stir it again. Now we're gonna repeat this process. Once the rice soaks in all the liquid, we're gonna add in more chicken stock. And we are repeating this process over low to medium heat until the rice is al dente. This can take 20, 25, even 30 minutes for the rice to fully cook, and take the time to do it. Do not skimp out on this. Now, al dente means to the tooth. It should be firm, not crunchy or chalky. If you need to taste it because you're unaware and don't have that much experience cooking risotto, taste it, it's no problem. If you get that chalkiness, that crunchiness, keep going with the liquid. All right, when I know that it's done, it should still be a little bit loose. It should be al dente. I like to flip it in the pan. See how it just rolls right back with ease, and it's still a little liquidy, but it's still got some creaminess to it? This is perfect. This cooked for 25 minutes. We're good to go. Coming off of the burner, also classic to let it just rest for 2 to 3 minutes. Let some of those things come back in. And then I like to finish it off with some unsalted butter and a little bit of Heinen's Parmigiano cheese. This is so classic. You definitely have to do this. It's going to give it that richness, that cheesiness, that creaminess, and then of course seasoned up with salt. And I like to use ground white pepper just to make the risotto stay nice and white. This looks beautiful. Mix it all together. And then when plating it up, it's very common to serve it on a plate. And when it hits the plate, it should run a little bit and sink down just like this. Perfect. The flavors in this are to die for. I'm telling you, once you start making this, you're gonna wanna make it at least once a week. And also, it just goes so well with so many things like lobster thermidor or roast chicken. I promise you, once you try it, you'll absolutely love it. All right, I have a lot of risotto to eat. I'll see you soon.